dans mon cœur. L'amour sans logique à la raison.
Right, this is going to be a quick one because I am going to Manchester. I'm meeting someone that I met when I put out those social media posts. He reached out back to me and we're meeting up for coffee. See where that goes. Also got an investor lead last night because I went on a prosperity networking call. Oh, there's my train. Right, going to Manchester, meet this person, hopefully grow my network, hopefully find investors and sources. Let's do this. Now he says I've got to meet him at this pub. Looking for a pub. Gotta love a wee networking pub event, you know what I mean? This is, I've never been here before. No idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. Hopefully it's nearby. Yes, now, the Rising Sun, the House of the Rising Sun. That is the pub we're looking for. Look at that, eh? Wee Tuesday morning coffee. I'll not go for a pint. Right, no, I'll handle all of that. That's absolutely fine. Well, I mean, I'm coming down Thursday anyway, so just get him to come at the same time. Saves you going out your way a wee bit more, you know. All right, brother, that's fine. See you soon. Bye. All right, call with the builder done. Things are going well. Had drawdown visit for that one of the projects. Interior designers might have come to another one, but didn't happen. Delayed till Thursday. Anyway, boring shit. Had that meeting with someone from the prosperity group because I reached out. It's good. Starting to build my network in this new area. It's exciting, man, because it's about who you know as well. Like, I want to be able to help either novice sourcers, novice investors, anyone novice, and I want experienced people to help me out in this new area because he's from this area. He knows it better than I ever could, you know. So there's definitely scope to help each other. Like, see from that conversation alone, he was giving me tips that I had no idea, and then I was giving him tips like all these little like social media tips, networking tips, and all that stuff as well. Like, it was just such like relentless value, just from a cup of coffee, you know. I don't mind traveling a wee bit away. You shouldn't mind traveling a wee bit away just to like meet your network and meet people face to face. I find it a lot better than Zoom calls anyway. Also had a call with Mindset Coach because I have all of these goals, right? And you'll have all of these goals. You'll have a goal of setting, like for me, example, it's guitar marathon, build network, start my own portfolio, like build think property in new area, etc. Right? Big goals. But how do I achieve those goals? I need a mindset coach. I need to be a part of this group. It's called the Freedom Warriors, where we help each other basically achieve each other's goals, and it's a property investment one. Freedom Warriors, definitely join that. Solid one. But I fucking hate the car being in the garage, man. It's freezing. I don't like this recording in public. It's awkward. People are looking. This is like heavy anxiety. That's right. But I'm going to shoot back to the office now and try to structure this video so a way that you get some sort of value out of it. And I touched on it earlier. Got a prospect lead, client lead. I think I've touched on it twice now, but I'll talk through that. Because it was a networking event, like online call. You get these online networking events. And I just sent a message, and this is it, and that's that. I'm now potentially going to have a deal sold. So I'll walk you through that too. See you in a bit.
It's something I don't put. If you get an ambulance or a police car from Strawberry, the entire villages are not keyboard warriors on Facebook.
Oh,
There's an ambulance come through village.
that reminds me of home.
It's fine, it's up to the next village. It's just driving through.
That reminds me of home, man. That reminds me of home. It's so innocent. Like, yeah. Are you okay? Mate, I was wanting to ask you, how did your spa go on? Because it sounds like you've absolutely, totally relaxed.
Oh, yeah, no. There's about 130 people in that spa, just relaxing. It's that waiting for someone to get out and sort of see them sit on their sweaty ass print. I'm like, that's just what I want for life.
Yeah.
Right, but see you later.
Sam brothers. See you in a bit. Bye. Right, your boy's back. He is back from this morning. So this morning, I was talking about how I met this person from Prosperity Network, which is exciting. And I touched on that we've got a lead for one of our deals we have available, HMO conversion deal. Now, that lead, Michael had a call with him, and it just didn't match up. It didn't work out for him. It wasn't exactly what he was looking for, which is absolutely fine. You know, I mean, it happens now and then. You know, like you can't sell 100% like of investors, if you know what I mean. It just happens. You know, just didn't meet his criteria. Which is absolutely okay. But I wanted to talk about what we do when we do get a lead. So when I do get a lead, let's just say you reached out to me here on YouTube, or you reached out to me on Instagram, and you said, "Hey Scott, I've watched what you're doing, and I'm interested in like having one of your deals, and you providing the end-to-end service for me." I'd be like, "That's fantastic." He's like, "That's great. Thanks for reaching out, etc., etc." But before we move, like if they say, "Do you want to pencil in a call to discuss further?" If I say I do something a bit different, or we do something a bit different, we say, "Look, we'd love to hop on a call, but first, if you don't mind, could you watch this quick DDA video that we've done, like a video that goes through what we do, the service we provide." Basically, Michael walks through like a Loom video, and it's just a presentation of the sort of deals we do, the sort of cash you would need, who's this for, who's this not for, what process we do, like how we find them, and you know, basically everything. And by the end of the video, you'll know whether it's for you or not. So basically, rather than us having to constantly do calls, and then you get 45 minutes into a call and you say something like, "Oh, we also do the project management, we do the project coordination, we handle the refurb," and they go, "Oh, I wanted to do, like, I handle the refurb, I just wanted you to source me it." That 45 minutes has been wasted, plus, you know, like the time arranging the call, like, "Oh, can you do this time? I can't do this time. Oh, I can't make it. Can we reschedule it?" All this time, brain power, thought processes is all like wasted if you don't do this like initial video where you just send them it, and they know by the end of the video whether they want our service or not, whether it matches them. So basically, if you're deal packaging, if you are doing anything where you're doing a service, like for someone in property investment, I would say, not going to give that advice. If you're in deal packaging and you do what I do, and basically you have a lot of calls where you are realizing people, it doesn't match their needs halfway through the call, and you're sick of wasting this time, yeah, do a video, spend a bit of time, do a presentation, and basically walk them through what it is you do with this video. Tell them to watch it on 1.5 speed or something, and yeah, there you go. You just saved yourself like hundreds of calls that you're just sick of wasting your time on. It is good doing calls because you get the reps in, you learn how to talk, you learn how to sell, you learn how, you know, market yourself a wee bit more and handle like objections and stuff. It's good to do that, but after a while it can get tedious having calls where you don't need to do it. Anyway, last night I wanted to talk about what I was up to. Touched on it before. I was on the Prosperity Network call. I'm really honing in on networking, and I think that networking is something always got to do, right? So I'm not only, like when I was on the call, it's about being proactive. I want to encourage you to be proactive, okay? So I was on the call, and yes, they do like presentations and stuff, and it's good because you get the valuable information about the market and stuff and people's deals and how they get on. But it's got to be a wee bit proactive, right? So when some of them, it's like the deal something where you present your deal on one of the calls, or you have people come to around your project and they film it and then people watch it and stuff. It just says like, if you want to be featured on this, reach out. Reached out immediately. And then there was another one, if you want to be featured on this, reach out. I reached out immediately. Every time they said, like, you can be featured on something where you can provide value to the rest of the network and get exposure, featured it. Like, I just reached out immediately because that is an opportunity to grow my network in certain areas and tell people what I want, you know, like who I'm looking for. I definitely think that's important. Now, after that call, immediately after that call, I was on a call with Tom Noske, Tomnoske. Go on Instagram, go on YouTube. Very big in personal branding. He is very big in email marketing, product selling, services selling, and basically using, like, optimizing your online personal brand and making it flow into your business or create products. And if you're wanting to do something new, use like that brand and basically help it, like, make it help you sell what you need it to sell. Like if it's like think property where I do deal packaging, or if I'm wanting to raise finance down the line, or maybe, just maybe, do cohorts myself and teach people how to do what I do. Teach people who were in my position 2 years ago and do what I can to help them, you know? So that could be a big ticket thing down the line. Now, why would you care about that? Why would you care about that? Basically, this social media shit, for me, I like doing it right now, and it's one of those things. Yes, like I like doing it. I like the editing side of it, but it's nice to have like a goal out of it. It's nice to have like a reason, not just a personal one. Like my personal reason is simply just to help Scott, who was 2 years ago. There wasn't a channel like this, basically literally showing you me typing in Facebook groups and going send, and then be like, oh, we got a lead. The lead didn't work out, but we move. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a channel that done that. So I want that. That's like a personal goal to help that people. But from a business perspective, it's got to help me business wise. It's got to be somewhat cash flowing. So what I'm learning is I'm doing a 6-week course on the with Tom Nosky, and it's basically how to funnel everything, basically how to use your online personal brand and optimize it and use it for your business and help sell more, you know, essentially. That's mainly what it is. Like you can sell like low ticket products, like if it's like a bunch of deal analyzers or spreadsheets and stuff like that, you know, like low ticket things, or big ticket things like cohort mentoring and, you know, think property. That's the big ticket thing, right? Like that's huge. So that's what I'm wanting to, I'll basically walk you through what I learned through that as well. I'm not going to give away the whole course because it's his course, like you'd have to pay to go on it, but I'm going to talk about how I implement it on the deal packaging side of things. And you never know, you might be able to get some tips from that, right? But as for now, that is me done this video. I've told you what can come from networking. That isn't me stopping. Like if you're wanting to follow along and literally do what I'm doing, I'll tell, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to a new area. I've joined new networking groups and I'm messaging those people in that networking groups, and I am telling them who I'm looking for, what it is I'm doing, and why I'm coming to this area, what my plan is. And I am also, when I'm meeting these people in this area, whether it's on Teams or whether it's in person, like that call, that would have been better doing that on Teams, like efficiently wise. Wouldn't have had to get the train in that. However, meeting face to face for me is a lot better. It's more, you get more of a connection. You can understand the person a lot more, right? But yeah, like I'm telling you like all these things because I want you to follow along, and I'm showing you like in real time that like even though I'm experienced in the sense that we've got like £3 million worth of projects ongoing right now, right, in Derby, that doesn't mean when I go to an area, like I know it off by heart. Like it just feels like being new again, right? I have to get boots on the ground. And one thing that I did realize today that is pretty good, the reason, well, it's one of those things, like I knew I had to use like sources and other people, but I really honed in on the reason why I want to use like people that live there is because I could spend the next 3 months, right? 3 or 4 months building relationships with agents, 5 months, 6 months, building relationships with those agents in those areas who have relationships with hundreds of other investors, right? Or I could just leverage other people's, like if you have, say, Tom, he's lived in this area, right? And he's lived there for 5 years. And he has been sourced like 30 deals, 50 deals, and he has like beautiful relationships with agents. They're friends. They even go out, like they go out for dinner together, like they're mates, right? I will never get that kind of relationship with that agent. So why don't I work with him, pay him a small fee, and then like get the, like just leverage that relationship he has with that agent, whilst I still build relationships with that agent and other agents. I'm not going to be complacent and sit and think, oh look, I'm going to use other people's and have their relationships with that agent and just never speak to that agent. What happens if like Tom gets sick? What happens if he decides to be, I don't know, a surgeon or something, you know? Then all my eggs in one basket, and that's not good, right? So I still want to build relationships with these people because it's just good to have that relationship. You never know where it's going to go, right? So I'm still going to do that, but why not just accelerate it a little bit and leverage other people's relationships? You know what I mean? And people do that with me. They'll be like, oh, Scott, do you know like this agent? Are you able to put in a good word? Yeah, of course I can. Like, there you go. Like, speak to them. Or do you know this builder? I'll be like, yeah, of course. Like, I've worked with this builder on 3 projects. He's phenomenal. Why don't you just like, here's his number. You know what I mean? Like, it's across the board. It's like you give and you get, you give and you get, and you give and you get. It's a good mindset to have. So with this new area, it started off pretty well. I know it's going to get tough because it's 1 hour and an hour and a half that way, whereas my current investment area for deal packaging is an hour and a half that way. So I'm going to be fucking bouncing. The car's in the garage now. It's going to be in the car garage like loads more. So you're going to be following me whilst I am going to be down that area. Like in 2 days, we're going to do site visits, and in 2 days and 3 days, we're going to do 2 different site visits, which are coming along, and that's down in one area. But then I'm going to be constantly going to the other area and doing loads of networking in that area and building my network and doing some area research, right? And then we'll be driving around. Oh, that house looks good. That house looks good. You know what I mean? And then just start feeling the place out. Start getting some feelers out. Start doing some viewings. You know, start getting boots on the ground, which is exciting. So take notes. You are watching. If you want to do deal packaging or you want to do property investment, you are literally, there's like not many people that view these videos right now. You're one of the earlier ones. You are literally watching it in real time, like how to find the new area. Rather than me just telling you, I'm showing you and I'm doing it. Like, I do not know anyone in this new area. So I'm in the same position as you. You might even be in a better position because you might be investing in the area that you live in. So you could be in a far better position than me, right? So yeah, take some notes, man, and watch this. Watch how we get on, because we're doing this together. And if you want to meet up, if you're in this new area, then let me know. Oh, and remember to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. Cheers.